Well, we made it. I don't know if you caught the very start of this stream, but the freakiest thing happened. Never seen it before. Just the start on a loop. End of stream, restart, end of stream, restart, and just on a loop. Oh, okay. You're now looking at a map. This is the map that's in the Book of the Sun. This is the map of the flat Earth. If you don't know this, there's a problem with you. Now, when I say this is a map of the flat Earth, I mean this is what our pond looks like. That's right. This is what it looks like. Now, let me see. Go here. Hello. What you're looking at now is a Mercator map, the standard Mercator map used to demonstrate things like difference in location between countries and coastlines and whatnot for the globe model or for educational purposes altogether. Because the globe model says it's a globe and you can't display everything on a flat surface, you just saw everything displayed on a flat surface on the previous map. Because they say that you can't see everything, well, it has to be stretched like this, and that's why the north is so distorted, with Alaska being huge, almost the size of Australia, and well, we're familiar with this. I want to bring your attention to, well, the yellow line. There's red lines and blue lines and a yellow line. So let me get to the page. I'm here. If you look at the very bottom, it tells you that the declination along that line is of 0 degrees. This is a magnetic declination map. So it's a map and overlaid are the various different declinations. Declinations mean your compass is going to point either east of true north or west of true north. There's this place that goes through Mexico, through Chichen Itza, through Quito, through Buenos Aires, where it's 0 declination. That means your compass points north to true north. Now, you might be misled into thinking, well, doesn't that mean that I would just go straight up? If the compass says straight ahead is north, if I just went straight ahead, would I not then just automatically go north? Well, no. Why not? Because if you went straight ahead, you'd cross into a region that has a different declination. So you'd cross into, well, the blue region. And that region has, well, declination that's not to the north. This is all misleading, by the way. I'm telling you, just so you know, the way that these lines are shown, it's an arbitrary decision. They could show them based on longitude and latitude. They're not. They're based on levels of declination. So 0 degrees, 0.1 or 1 degrees east or 1 degrees west, and that's how they're displayed. You'll notice off the coast of Brazil you have a circle. I'm going to highlight it now. This circle is 24 degrees west of north. That means that if you were on that circle, on this map, your compass will be pointing toward 24 degrees west of north, no matter where you were within that circle. Now, in the real world, this circle that they're showing here is much, much bigger. But we know that they don't mind distortions, when showing maps. They don't mind having a ridiculously large Alaska, for instance, which really is. If you look at Alaska and Australia, it's about the size of Australia. In the real world, it isn't. Okay. Now, considering that these lines are magnetic declination lines, okay, that are either going to show that your compass would veer off to the east or to the west on your location. I'm going to now bring you over to this green line over here, which is again the yellow line. Okay, so when you hit on a different area, if you want to find a true an area that gives you a zero declination, well, the only other difference is the green line. There's red and blue. The only difference that kind of stands out is the green line. So we'll hit it again. I'll hit it over by Quito, which is where my cursor is. You can't see my cursor, but not important. And this has illuminated where there is zero declination. Now I want you to bring your attention, in fact I'm going to move the map, and center this region off the coast of Thailand and Malaysia. And I want you to notice that interesting little quirky kink in that yellow line. Interesting, huh? Zero declination along that line. That's interesting. So from Perth, just north of Perth, zero declination. That's very, very interesting. Now, very good. Now, I'm going to go back. Just bear with me. Now to this. What's this? This is my map, again, this time with a series of magnetic declination lines. That's right. What I've done is I've taken the liberty of following, well, certain longitudes, which are not straight, and certain latitudes, namely Arctic Circle, Antarctic Circle, Tropic of Capricorn, Equator, and Tropic of Cancer. And I've drawn a small little arrow to point, oh, come on, there, to show how much declination there is. If you place your compass in the center, which you have to when checking these things, or your protractor at least, you draw a line that goes from the latitude, or from the point you want to check, straight to north. Then you're correct for the declination. Green is east. All of the green areas are declination east. All of the west areas are blue. Now, let's go again to this region that I just highlighted in this here, coast of Thailand, Malaysia, this region here. You see how you have in the China, in the region of China and Japan, you have blue, then green, then below blue again. This area is a quirky little area which we just showed in the actual globe magnetic declination map. So why am I showing this? Well, I'm just showing this to help some dim-dims understand when they are being lied to. You see, with this map you can see, it's interesting. Looks like there's no longitude that you can follow north that's a straight line that points north. None whatsoever. Not even any point where the map actually tells you there is zero declination here. Go back to, here. Even here. You can be at a point here where your compass tells you, hey, I'm pointing directly to true north, and you can then move north and immediately go out of that line where the compass tells you, I'm now pointing in a different direction. Do you see? So I'm now south of the Philippines. Let me zoom in. The Philippines there. Let me center it on the screen so you can see See exactly where the Philippines are. Okay, should be. Wow, this is awkward to manipulate. Okay, the Philippines should be now. Oh, can't see. Let me see. 1 second. Just slightly south of center. or down from center. Okay, I'll move it up just to be a bit more correct. Right, the landmass that you have in the center, which is a series of islands, that is the Philippines. You could be south of the Philippines in the yellow line and go, my compass is pointing true north, and go ahead towards the Philippines. Now your compass will stop telling you you're moving north or even looking north. Your compass will tell you something different. When you get to the next line, which is here, let me zoom out so we can see what the declination is. It's telling you that's 2 degrees west. Okay, very good. Now we're going to go to this. And we're going to listen to somebody who really doesn't know what he's talking about try to give the impression that he does, and that there are other people out there who don't know what they're talking about. So people who might critique this model that is being presented, well, if they're critiquing it, it's because they don't understand. It's like, no, it's being critiqued because it's false. It's demonstrably false. But let's listen to it, and it's triumphant music.
This video is to address the accuracy of the flat Earth sun and zodiac clock app. Many flat Earth.
Let me pause it and go back. Just because I don't think it's fair to stutter it like that. I will pause. I'm going to play it all the way through. This is for educational purposes, so don't bother trying to do a strike.
This video is to address the accuracy of the flat Earth sun, moon, and zodiac clock app. Many flat Earth haters say that it puts the sun and the moon in the wrong position. So we'll start out showing that this map is set up for mountain time.
Okay, what does mountain time mean? It means that the area that's now at solar noon, which will be 12, the area that's 12, that has an orange, yellow 12, that solar noon in the center of North America, that's mountain time, the center of North America. That's all it means. Now, he said, flat Earth haters. I'm a realist. I don't like lies and distortion, so I'll point that out. Does that make me a flat Earth hater? Or is he referring to people who hate the flat Earth or the truth, who critique this? It doesn't matter, because we're going to wipe this guy's... we're going to wipe some wet fish on this guy's face.
It's 12 noon along this line of longitude. We'll put our magnetic center in and drop a compass down, and it points north.
Hot diggity! Just like doesn't happen on the real Earth. You see, in the real Earth, you can go there, that would be just north of the Galapagos Islands, and drop a compass, and guess what? It's not going to point north. Just to clarify, we've just seen the magnetic declination map, and no, there's no pointing north. There's no pointing north, just dropping a thing over there. It points north. It's like, no. The vast majority do not point north, and the very few areas that do point north, the minute you move north, they stop pointing north. But let's carry on. Oh, triumphant music.
People that don't understand say that's east. That's north.
So what he just said was, people that don't understand. So, in case you're a dim-dim, I'm going to tell you the same thing that religious people say when they read Proverbs that says, the fool says there is no God, or the fool has said in his heart there is no God. Oh, right, well, I better not say that, otherwise I'd be a fool. You know, just little simple tricks like that. People who don't understand, they think that east is in this direction and west is in that direction. It happens to be true. East is in this direction and west is in that direction. But I've just said people who don't understand. Now, if you've been sat there looking at this going, but wait a second, east is that way and west is that way. And he's just said people who don't understand think east is this way and west is that way. You're one of those people, so you better pay attention and re-educate yourself. Watch.
And south. They're right about north and south because north and south are straight lines.
They're right about north and south because north and south are straight lines. Where? Where are they straight lines? Are the longitudes straight lines? Are the longitudes imaginary? Are they somewhat arbitrary? Yes, they are. What do you mean by that, Antonio? Well, look at Tonga. And when they decided to be on a completely different longitude. That's right. Same longitude, but different longitude. What do you mean? Well, instead of 180 east, 180 west. Ha! God, hot diggity! How did they do that? Oh, well, they did it and they just lost out on a Friday. That's all. They went from Thursday to Saturday. It was simple. Barely an inconvenience.
6 hours earlier, on the equinox, the sun will be right here.
This is what's going to kill him. 6 hours earlier, on the equinox, the sun is here. Like, no it isn't. The sun is not an object that's localized in space. And we're going to show his own video and show how that's actually true, what I just said. You see, this dim and those around him who have a little bit of temerity when it comes to correcting errors, taboo conspiracy, you should point this out to him. Okay, so we're going to play along, then we're going to rewatch and play it again. Pay attention, you'll love it.
At 6 a.m., that will be sunrise. People will look at the compass and say that the sun is northeast on my...
People will look at the compass and say that the sun is northeast on my app. Like, no. People will look on their compass and say the sun is east. They will say your app is wrong because your app has the sun northeast. They will not see your sun to the northeast looking at their compass. Listen again.
That sunrise. People will look at the compass and say that the sun is northeast on my app, and they think that east is that way. If you drop compasses down...
Remember he said, people who don't understand think that east is this. Now we're going to go back, and yes, indeed, east is that. He shows it with his little chopstick. He shows east with his chopstick. If you thought that, there you go. If you thought you understood east and west, because you thought that, well, it was at right angles to north and south, you know, with them being cardinal directions, you're right, you were right. It's Weiss that's full of BS. That's why I've called this FEBS. FEBS, episode 1. Watch. If you thought east and west was this, which is what it is, by the way, no, you're wrong. You're misunderstanding like the other people that I said, you know. And people who don't understand, they think this. Haha, let's watch. Come on.
If you drop compasses down along the route...
If you move where you are, like if you're looking from here and you think that east is that way, but if you move to somewhere else, well, east is somewhere else, but it doesn't matter. We're going to just play a little trick on you like you're retarded. Let's carry on. If you put compasses, you know, around.
Follow the compasses around.
Oh.
And And anyone that's traveling that route,
Oh,
east, wraps around and goes right to where the sun is.
hot diggity! Does it really? Shall we have another look? Now, yeah, I'll play it and I'll come back to this hot diggity point and we'll do this again. It's fun.
East is always a circle around the magnetic center. West is the other direction. So anyone along this line of latitude will see the sun rise east, even though
Just generally east. If you had to take a pie and cut a nice straight line, between 12 and 6, and you said that, well, the half of your cake that's on the right, that's the east, and the half that's on the left, that's the west, and they see it in the east. It doesn't quite matter that it's not at 90 degrees on the equinox. No, kind of somewhere northwards. Let's carry on. Oh,
the compass says northeast.
that's right. The compass says northeast. His compass, if this model was correct, his compass would say northeast, and lo and behold, that's where the sun would be in the equinox period. But lo and behold, it is not northeast. It is east. Ha! It's almost like his app is wrong. But now he does a little crafty little misdirection. You've got to love it. Watch.
Rise east, even though the compass says northeast.
So even though the compass says my app is wrong, no, the compass is wrong and you're wrong. My app is right. Really, it's strange that, because you see, there's the sun in the sky, that thing we call the sun, and there's a compass, and I've looked at the magnetic declination for my location. It's only a couple of degrees off, and looks like it's the equinox, and looks like the sun is to my east, not northeast. Your app says northeast. But just watch the crafty little misdirection. By the way, this makes flat earthers look bad to intelligent globe earthers.
All straight lines point south.
Did you hear that meme? All straight lines point south. Let's just go over that again. All straight lines. Not all horizontal straight lines. No, just all straight lines point south. That's interesting. I can think of a straight line going, well, vertically up away from the ground. Is that pointing south? I can think of another one going, well, vertically down, all the way down through the earth to the other realms down there. Are they pointing south too? Are they? Oh dear, it's almost like it's just a little meme to tell people so that people can say to half-wit, ballers, no, look, see this map and see the sun, and then see, and all straight lines go to the south. Like, ooh. Triumphant music. Oh, look, see, if you get compasses and do that.
Many flat earth deniers claim we don't have an accurate flat earth map. The truth is,
now, this is absolutely wonderful what he's going to say, because it's going to help me make this very, very clear for all flat earthers who watch this video. I'm going to rewind and let him say it again.
many flat earth deniers
Many flat earth deniers. Yours truly is not a flat earth denier.
claim we don't have an accurate flat earth map.
I claim you and this app are inaccurate. I claim to have an accurate map. I claim that the one you're using is not accurate, and I can demonstrate it in this very video. So let's carry on. Remember, he said, flat earth deniers. They say that no accurate map. Now listen to what he says.
Truth is, the AE map is more accurate than any globe map the globe has.
The truth is, the AE map is more accurate than any map that the globe Earth has. Except that the AE map is a globe Earth map. Did you hear? The AE map is a globe Earth map. It is not a flat Earth map. It is a globe Earth map. Hence the distortions.
As the sun takes its westward circle around the north, wherever the sun is, it's 12 noon in that position.
In that position, well, that's very exact. What about if you head straight north? Is it also solar noon there? Yes, it is, but that's not the same position. What about south? Well, yeah, it's there too, but that's also not the same position. I think you're just talking a bit of gibberish. Let's go back and now properly debunk what he's saying. With his own example.
Many flat earth haters say that it puts the sun and the moon in the wrong position.
It puts the sun and the moon in a position and therefore is wrong. How can you say that, Antonio? Because I've been looking. That's how. You can imagine a rainbow because you've seen rainbows. Place a rainbow on the map. Oh, but you can't. But wait, but you can see it. But you can't place it on the map. But you can see it. But you can't place it on the map. Oh, no.
So we'll start out showing that this map is set up for mountain time. It's 12 noon along this line of longitude.
It's 12 noon along this line of longitude of the globe. Wonderful. It's got electrolytes.
We'll put our magnetic center in and drop a compass down, and it points north.
Oh. Just like doesn't happen in the real world. But let's carry on.
People that don't understand say...
No. People that understand say east is in this direction.
That's east.
Yes.
That's west.
That is east and west. That's right. If you're stationary, east and west are 180 degrees away from each other. And both of those points that are juxtapositional, well, they have, at right angles, a north and south. When you start moving, well, now your circumstances change. Which way are you moving? Are you moving east in a circle? Are you moving east in a circle that veers to the south? Which way are you moving east? You could move east along the tropic or along the supposed latitude in a perfect circle, because the world makes perfect circles, right? You can move in a perfect circle, or you could go, well, the opposite way. You could go south. You could do a circle south if you want. The whole thing's going to change. Your circumstances are going to change. But never mind, let's carry on listening to this clown foot.
That's north and south.
That's north and south. Because I put a compass here with a magnet in the centre and it says north and south. See? That's a world.
They're right about north and south because north and south are straight lines.
Hot diggity. They're right about north and south because north and south are straight lines according to the globe. That's right. And because this is a globe map, See how South America is like twice as big as North America, where in the real world it's 2/3 the size of North America, give or take. That's interesting. See how, oh, I'm not going to go over the sizes, it's just absurd. But let's carry on.
6 hours earlier, on the equinox, the sun will be right here.
No, it won't. But let's carry on playing along to this silliness.
At 6 a.m., that will be sunrise. People will look at the compass and say that the sun is northeast on my app, and they think that east is that way.
And they think that east is that way. You understand? East is that way.
If you drop compasses down along the route, you follow the compasses around, and anyone that's traveling that route.
Now, you know where like east was in that direction, but now change that. These compasses are just emblematic of or symbolic of a person on a plane dropping, looking at their compass whilst they're flying eastward in an eastward direction in a circle. That's right. They're going to hit the sun.
East wraps around and goes right to where the sun is. East is always a circle around the magnetic center. West is the other direction. So anyone along this line of latitude will see the sun rise east, even though the compass says northeast.
Oh, that's very interesting. So this is where I'm going to go. I'm going to rewind to the point that we can see Ushuaia. Nah, this is a good enough point. That's a cracking point. Let me see if there's a... there. Oh, there you go. Brilliant. Okay. Ushuaia, Punta Arenas, the very bottom tip of South America. So where you have the 10 down there, get off. I'm trying to get the thing off. Oh, it won't. Anyway. Okay, so you see the 10 at the bottom right of your screen. Just, well, the nearest landmass north of that is South America, Patagonia. Okay, now, you have a place there called Ushuaia, and you have a place there called Punta Arenas in Ushuaia. Now, in Punta Arenas, on the equinox, the sun appears to the east. Now you see how he has the first place that he dropped a compass and is making a line to the northeast with his chopstick, and he proceeded to place compasses along that same latitude heading towards the sun. So we're going to do the same with Ushuaia. Okay, now for this we're going to say at Ushuaia it would now be 2 o'clock instead of 12. You know, he said no, actually forget that, we're going to go 6 hours before. So 6 hours before goes to 4 o'clock. If you look up the rim on the right, you have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, there you go. You have 4, okay? 6 hours difference from his example, which was from 12 till 6. Okay, we're going from 10 till 4. We're going to place compasses along the line that's just there. Just, well, you can see, we don't have to be too meticulous because, well, he wasn't too meticulous either, was he? Now, let's place compasses there. Now remember, the sun at 4 will be, you see that line that goes from 4 through Central Africa, the Congo jungle, the Western Congo? There, that's where the sun would be. But we're going to place our compasses along that line that's hitting the 10, the 9, the 8, the 7. See that white line? We're going to have the bottom of our compass on that line. Okay, so that the center of the compass will be around about where Ushuaia is. So let's mentally go ahead and do that. Let's pretend we're not retarded. Okay? So let's see. Now, the sun is in central West Africa. Okay? That's where the sun is, according to this model. So let's go ahead and put compasses all the way till 4. Hot diggity. It doesn't look like it. You went east, but you didn't arrive at the sun like when he did his compasses. No, you went east, but turns out the sun is to your north instead of to your east. What happened there, David Weiss? Taboo conspiracy. This is why I'm saying you should have the nous to pull this up on him. To say to him, what the hell are you doing? Now, sorry to have a go at you, but dude, you can't. What are you doing teaming up with people that tell lies like this? They just, oh, I know you're a bit stupid, so believe me when I tell you, if you think East is this, it isn't, it's this other thing. So, what's happened when you go from Ushuaia at the equinox? Do you end up like this? Oh look, heading straight east, end up at the sun, see? Right, well now let's grab the sun and place it in West Central Africa, or the Western Congo. Let's place the sun there. Let's go to Ushuaia and go round. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, good Lord. We're now at the 4. We're almost touching Antarctica. And, well, look, the sun's to the north of us. It's not there. It's not to the east. It's good. There's something wrong with this. There's something very wrong with this. Now let's go to this, to the end. I'm about to wrap up with this silliness.
Deniers claim we don't have an accurate flat Earth map.
That's right. You do not have an accurate flat Earth map. You don't have an accurate flat Earth map. There is an accurate flat Earth map. I have it. Many other people have it. There is one there. But it doesn't support the Bible. And it doesn't support the globe. You see, in the same way that David Weiss supported the, let's just say, conspiracy theories regarding 9/11 are all retarded, because there's this moron saying satellite beam weapons disintegrated the towers. That's David Weiss and Dr. Judy Wood. That's right. Forget the study into explosives and what went on with the thermite. No, forget that. Space weapons, space energy weapons. That's right, Dr. Judy Wood. Who was pushing that? David Weiss. What for? To say, it's all just a bunch of cockamamie nonsense, this 9/11 conspiracies. So when people look at the flat Earth, they go, but that's a globe Earth. That's a globe map. This AE map, that's a globe Earth map. Are these people stupid? And then they go, it's just a bunch of cockamamie silliness. Same as with 9/11. Now, if you listen again to what he's saying, and you've got a little bit of discernment, you see that he's mocking. I'm going to play it again, all the way through. It's only 3 minutes. You see, he's mocking. Now, I want you to imagine that you're sat in a group of people who know that Weiss is working with them. And that group of people, I'm not talking about Bob Nodell or any of those guys. I'm talking about globe believers who have put Weiss in there to make flat Earth look retarded. Okay? And David's like, hey guys, you're gonna watch the thing I just made and put on, yeah, look at it, just listen. So listen to how he speaks, and you'll see he's mocking. You know that Duper's Delight? It comes out in sound too. So listen for the Duper's Delight.
The Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app. Many flat Earth haters say that Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app. Many flat Earth haters say that it puts the sun and the moon in the wrong position. So we'll start out showing that this map is set up for mountain time. It's 12 noon along this line of longitude. We'll put our magnetic center in and drop a compass down, and it points north. People that don't understand say that's east, that's west, that's north and south.
Hey, here's a question. People who don't understand, like say artillery personnel. Do artillery personnel understand like east and west? So let's say they got a heading to aim their guns, and the heading said, point it east. Dead on east. 270, east. West. West. 270. West. Or 90 east. That's right. Point east. Shoot. According to this app and the craziness of Weiss, well, if they're pointing east, they must be wanting their missile, their projectile to curve. Freaking moron.
They're right about north and south because north and south are...
So, here come the orders. Hey, artillery guy, yeah, point north. That just north? That's right. North, 0. North. Okay, shoot. Bang. Straight line. Well, you know, straight line. Poof. Interesting. It's a railgun. More straight line. North. Great. Turn it around, point south. Straight line. Great. Point it west. Great. Point it east. Great. Now point it David Weiss's east. I don't know what you mean, sir. Yeah, because it's a bunch of nonsense.
Straight lines. 6 hours earlier, on the equinox, the sun will be right here. At 6.
So, according to Weiss, that artillery gun that the night before the equinox was told point east, so that artillery gun is now dawn and the equinox, and that artillery gun is pointing east. Okay? Railgun, east. I'm gonna shoot directly towards the sun. Well, you better point it a bit northeast then.
Yeah, that would be sunrise. People will look at the compass and say that the sun is northeast on my app.
Yes.
And they think that east is that way. If you drop compasses down along the route,
if you make some cake, you end up having some pudding. You freaking retarded person. Oh.
you follow the compasses around, and anyone that's traveling that route east wraps around and goes right to where the sun is.
Good Lord. But it's the equinox, and it doesn't go right to where the sun is if you go from Ushuaia or from, I don't know, Anchorage, Murmansk. It's interesting. It's almost like he picked that area to try and make his app appear legitimate. Now, there is the possibility that Weiss is not an agent and is instead just a retarded. In which case, for Weiss to try to explain this is a bit like somebody who can't cook trying to explain how to cook stuff. Unfortunately for him, it's like he's trying to explain how to cook stuff to chefs. That's right. And I'm not talking about the actual cooking and the being a chef as a map drawing and knowing what one's talking about in terms of maps. That's not the simile there. The simile is thinking. It's like Weiss is trying to explain thoughts to somebody who knows how to think, but he doesn't. So it's like, so you see how east is that way? Well, really, it's kind of that way. That's right, because it's a circle, like east. Oh, freaking retarded people. Anyway, so let me. Where was I? Here. I'm going to the chat. Oh no. Yeah. So that's episode 1. What a complete. I kind of resent the word retarded being so. No, do you know what? I'm using it. Retarded. It means something. In fact, it means 2 things. But I'm using it in the most insulting way. That's how I'm doing it. Who's Tamala Trent has a message deleted. Let's see what the message was. I'm not the victim of anything. Okay, nobody said you were. Or at least not me. So I'm giving you a wrench. Victim card. Yes. So, there. You're now a moderator, Tamala Trent. Anyway. No, because you see, like, east is a circle. That's east. East is a circle. No. East is a heading. It's a direction. You can go east in a circle, or you can go east and south and west and come back. Anyway, I'm looking in the chat. How you're doing? Oh, well, that person now has a wrench. And somebody kind of deleted the comment. It doesn't matter. I'm glad. I would have given that person a wrench anyway. But don't feel set upon, Tamala Trent. But please explain. Please answer. Flat Earth reset. There you go. You can just answer that person. I'm looking. Because sometimes what happens is when people are in a position that they can be a victim, they will be a victim. And then when you say to them, oh, no, you're invulnerable. Like, oh, wait. So I'm not a victim now? Oh, I don't know what to do now that I'm not a victim. So go ahead, Pamela. Just carry on. Anyway, so there are more. Oh, yeah. One more thing I'm going to do. Yes, I forgot. I'm going to do it. Go back to this. We're going to look through the messages. Oh, look, this one from me. Ha 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 ha. Oh man, this is gonna be great. Laugh to debunk. Weiss. At the equinox, everyone sees it rising east, even though the compass says northeast. What an outstanding moron you are. People see it rising east on their compass. You know, because he actually says, people see it rising east, although the compass says northeast. Like, no, the compass says east. That's why people say it's rising east. Now, Carolyn, a ZFE chick. I used the app to flat smack the Grand Canyon first. Flat smack? It's a moron term. The Grand Canyon University basketball team. Oh, wait. You mean the Grand Canyon University basketball team are a group of, like, geography kind of savants? Or are they just sports guys? In Phoenix, Sky Harbor Airport. Before I was finished, one of the athletes had downloaded it. Oh, hasn't he got a couple of embarrassing lessons from some of his more intelligent globe earthers who will destroy it for him. But let's carry on. There's one. Here. This is very easy to understand, Dave, writes Michael Troy. I live on the west coast of Florida, St. Petersburg, and I see the sunrise every morning northeast of me. Makes perfect sense. Sunset makes perfect sense also. Last night, the sun sat northwest of me, not directly due west, like many people assume. Earth is flat. Like many people assume. Who? Who assumes that? People have just heard sun rises in the east and sets in the west, and you go, oh, right, okay. The people like that, the kind of people that get told, like, you should never put anything smaller than your elbow in your ear. That kind of people, huh? David Weiss replies, the app doesn't illustrate our personal atmospheric dome of vision where we see the light in the sky. That's right. That's what he writes. Like, that's not gibberish. The app doesn't illustrate our personal atmospheric dome of vision. He means the app doesn't illustrate subjectivity, where we can see light in the sky. Huh. I write, don't check your app on Christmas Day. You might have the whole day ruined, you know, by learning that Weiss hoodwinked you. Huh, why would I say that? If only there were apps and things like that you could use, you know, websites. Oh, there is, look, SunCalc. So what do I have here? I have the 25th of December, St. Petersburg, Florida, you see? Okay. Can you see how, well, let's go to sunrise. Can you see how around sunrise, it's southeast, not northeast. And even when the sun is on the Tropic of Capricorn, this objective sun that has a location, even then it can't, it doesn't triangulate, it doesn't fit. And let's see where it sets. Oh, southwest. Huh? But the guy was just saying, your app is great because it kind of matches with a bit with what So, just so people understand, Florida is just there. If you don't know where Florida is, then familiarize yourself. Now, see how Florida is 1.5 hours across? Well, that means you would take that sun biscuit and move it 1.5 lines across. That brings it near the western coast of Central Africa. That's interesting. So move it across to there. Now, where's the Tropic of Capricorn? Oh, it's that dark line. So see that white line down, and there's some dark line there. So that's where you put your biscuit. That's right. Oh no, but from Florida, that cuts well across the north, and then towards the south. Huh? Looks like you can't really use the app to point towards the sun. Oh, but you can at solar noon. Like the least debatable point in the day. That's what your thing does. Your app says, hey, when it's solar noon, the sun is at the highest point. That's right. Yeah, that thing. It's like, wow, what an amazing app that tells you where the sun is at solar noon. But never mind that it could be solar noon in Praia, in Brazil, and solar noon in Greenland. That's right. But if it's solar noon in Brazil and Greenland, and then 3 hours later it's solar noon in Quito and North Carolina. Wait a second. Then South America's freaking huge. That's right. No, Florida. From Quito, you can't see it in the map, it's under his thing. From Quito to Florida. Solar noon. But wait, 3 hours earlier, solar noon in, huh? That doesn't quite make sense. That says South America is much, much larger than North America. But in the real world, there are these things called miles and kilometers that are used for measuring distances in straight lines. Good Lord. But according to the real world, South America's rather smaller than North America. But according to this map, it's a lot larger. But according to the real world, it's smaller. But according to this map, it's larger. You see how that goes? So let's have a look. Why would you look at that? Here it's smaller. You see South America? It's smaller. Let me do this. There I am. See South America there? It's smaller than North America. That's right. Just like in the real world. But you see, it's not that close to Africa. You know, across the ocean, across that thing, the huge difficulties discussing it with globelings. Yeah, the ocean, that thing that countless professionals have said there's something very wrong with ocean distances, including, well, military naval personnel. That's right, from the Navy. They're like, yeah, something really wrong with the sizes, dude. Yeah, we're going from here to there, and instead of just going straight, we went, and instead of stopping, which is sometimes you just kind of have to stop, right? The engines are still ticking over, but you're not really moving, because you've got to wait to get to the port. No, instead, we had to do freaking great big circles for days on end, and then arrive. And then it's very difficult to say, hold on, how far did we just travel? Huh? So, now, this that you're seeing is the map of the Earth. Some people have a problem with this being an accurate map of the Earth. Some people have a problem with it because they've invested in the Bible and the flat Earth globe map. Some people have a problem because they didn't draw it. It's as simple as that. Some people don't like me, so they go, oh, well, so I'm not having that map. Tough titty for you, fish face. Just tough titty. This is a map. If you look at the time it takes to sail from, say, Hudson Bay down to, say, Gulf of Mexico, how long it takes to sail that distance, and then see how long it takes to sail from Cape Verde to Brazil. You go, that's interesting. It's almost like they're very similar distances. Not according to the globe, they're not. According to the globe, the distance between Hudson Bay round to the Gulf of Mexico, it's a lot longer than between Cape Verde and Brazil. Just like with the Cutty Sark and the modern racing yachts. The problem with the globe Earth is the oceans. The problem with the Gleasons, which is the globe Earth map flattened out, it's the oceans. That's right. Anyway, enough. Now I'm going to look in the chat. I'm having fun. Might leave you, make a coffee. I'm removing that channel. Not interested. Hide use on this channel. Anyway. Just because it's just there. So, wait, did I just see a rock lava? Reset. So, This is a Flat Earth BS. FEBS. Episode 1. Episode 2 is going to be, well, unfortunately, it's going to be about those people who say that the Earth is flat to support their religious beliefs when their religious beliefs are patently false. How do you know that, Antonio? Well, like this. Let's do a little bit of role playing. Oh wait, let me switch screens. What am I doing here? Let's do some improvisation. And God said, "Let the men be separated from the women." And God said, "How do you know?" What? How do you know what God said? Well, it was like this. I was walking one day and the heather in the field, there were clouds and, oh, looks like there's a disturbance, that person's been removed. So where was I? And God said, "Let the shekels fall." This is your religion. And God said, and God said, and God said. According to who? According to whom? Who? God said, really, did he? Did he really? To whom? To whom did he say that? Oh, just out to space when there was nobody around other than God. Then how do you know what God said? You weren't around. Was somebody else around? No. Then how do you know? Well, God told me what he said. God said, "Don't doubt those who tell you what God said." That's going to be episode 2. I'm going to rip into them. That's right. Muslim, Jew, Christian, I don't care. If you're full of shit and your religion is full of shit, I'm going to tear into it. That's right. Because you see, if your religion is having you support a lie, which it is, Jesus walked after he was dead, and before that he walked on the water. Before he'd even died, it wasn't a ghost. No. Walked on the water. Oh, don't be so worried, Peter. Just come out and have some faith. And then after he died, the saints that were sleeping in the graves went into Jerusalem and walked around and ooh. So that's what I'm going to do. And any other flat earthers who are full of BS, for as long as I can be bothered, I'm also doing what I'm also already doing anyway. Antonio finally made it to our live stream. Hey, Jason Rogers, long time. Hope all is going well. I hope all is well. Chrissy Lynn, this is giving me flashbacks of growing up in a religious household. Oh, that's brilliant. So yes, unfortunately, he's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy. But Mother Judith, get off that Welsh tart. Anyway, yes, Spake Face. It is going to be good. I'm just going to go over it. You see, too many people have too much respect and go, oh, and they think, it's very complex. Maybe I just don't get it. No. It's very complex with BS. That's right. Here's a question. Hey, you know how we say, globe believers, you bunch of clown shoes. So everything came from nothing, did it? Nothing exploded. And it went on to create everything with time. And you have flat earthers saying that, religious flat earthers saying that to globelings. And globelings can say, wait, so you think that this thing called God said let there be light and all of that? That's right. Okay. Before God said let there be light, he wasn't God. What? Well, you can only be a god if you have a creation over which you are a god. If you don't have a creation over which you are a god, you are not a god. So, it can't have been God, because it didn't have a creation over which to be God. Understand? Kind of simple. Oh, I never thought of it like that. But he must have been God. Well, he had all the inherent powers of being God. But he didn't have anything else. No. No, it just light. Oh, no, wait, no. No, you don't know the story right. Because what it is, right? The whole thing about leathery light was only when he was creating physical things. Before that, he created a whole fairground of freaky angels. That's right, freaky angels without sexual organs, who later, when they went to the earth, suddenly they spontaneously had sexual organs. That's right. He made a whole bunch of angels. What for? So they could worship him, that's why. That sounds like a complete craziness, this. That's right. That's the Bible. That's the Torah. That's the... Oh, let's not even get started with the Quran. Just such a crock of... And what it is, there are people, including myself, at times have said, look, okay, I can see why. I can see why. So you say to the morons who set things on fire, I don't know what's going on. Where's my lighter? For the morons, you have to say, there's this thing that can watch you and can punish you. And if you don't do the right thing, which is what I'm about to tell you, then you're going to burn in hell forever. You're terrible. Okay, do you believe me? Yes. Good. So, give me some money, first of all, and do these things. For those dim-dims, you have to say, yeah, there's this supernatural thing that does this thing, that told me to tell you to go and do these things, and to behave like this. And you can rationalize it and go, yeah, okay, fair enough. We live in a time of, in an age of reason, where we can say, hey, look, if you misbehave, we're going to cripple you and imprison you. That's right. We, all the people, humans, not gods, humans, are going to hunt you down and put you in a cage. That's right. That's what we're going to do. We don't need it. And we didn't need it. And even back then, we're like, if you don't do this, God will burn you in hell forever. Oh, okay, so I can just go around raping and killing and stuff until God gets me? Well, no. If we get you, we'll kill you. All right. Well, then why don't you just dispense with the whole God thing? You can catch me and then you can kill me. Well, I never thought of that. Say no to mandatory vaccines. Flat Earth, but you half are still got vaccinated. Bet you half of you are still getting vaccinated. No, sir. That's right. Or lady. Or confused. You can have a wrench. Say no to mandatory vaccines. That's right. So let's see. Flat Earth could help the course live stream on my channel. We are all affected. No. Only the people who are vaccinated are affected, and those who go near them. That's right. But, you're welcome to come here and explain about vaccines. That's jolly good. Hi people, greetings from Croatia, Al Bundy. You can have a wrench. And greetings to Croatia. I might be visiting Croatia next month. If my passport gets sorted out. Anyway, wait. Go for it, Randy. Right. Then who made your 50 trillion cells in your body then? Jesus did. He made everything. Oh, really? Whew, it's been busy. So I'm looking in the chat. I'm loving looking at the chat. Yeah, so this was episode 1. A moron trying to figure out, like, wait a second, this doesn't work. But how could I fool people into thinking that I think it works? I could say, well, look, according to this, sun's in that direction. According to the real world, it's in that direction. But if you move, then it's in that direction in the real world. Yeah. But that wasn't the question, Dim Dim. The question was from here. You say it's that way. The real world says it's that way. Just more. Oh. I'm looking in the chat. See lots of new people. What's going on? Wow, 135 of you? What is it? They said that it's earlier in the day. They're taking away parents' rights. Say no to mandatory vaccines. Look, listen, this is really simple. Move. What? If the country I'm in says you can't do this totally perfectly normal thing, you move. That's why people emigrate. You go somewhere else where you can live without mandatory vaccinations. It's like, hey, we've made it mandatory that you have your foot cut off. Oh, right. But why? Well, because if we cut your foot off, you can't run off. Well, I'm going to run off now, before you say that you're going to cut my foot off. Whoa, somebody says something about a supermodel. Oh. Go for it, Randy. Jesus sent me a supernatural message. I read supermodel. So I read, Jesus sent me a supermodel. Oh, really? Jesus sent me a supernatural message. Ah, dagnabit, it's scrolled. In English, it said, I am the way. He healed me instantly. Healed you of what? Not of hearing voices. Yes. So disobey. Right. Vaccines are old hat. Think we've all figured out what they're all about. Moving on now. That's right, we're moving on. Like, hey, did you know Lee Harvey Oswald didn't kill Kennedy? Like, good heaven, really? Tell me all about it. Hey, did you know vaccines are not very good for you? God, really? Yes, made with pus from infected monkeys. Ew, and they inject that? Yeah, they put poisons in too, and then they inject. Good Lord, really? I wonder if fluoride's good for you. It turns out it isn't. Huh. DJ Flat Earth. Very entertaining and informative, mate. Bravo. Ah, thank you very much, sir. Alexander the Great was 200 years old. Oh, sorry. Duh, maybe stop reading ahead. Alexander the Great was 200 years pre-Christ. His ambassadors brought back the Vedas. You can see the influence of at museums in Greece. The dot head appears in paintings and poetry. That's right. The whole Jesus thing is a very interesting story. Looking at the setting up of the Jesus story. By the way, I'm going to say something. All of you guys who... So I take it most of you, if not all of you, know about Tartaria. So I'm going to say something that none of the other channels have said about Tartaria. And I wager none of the other channels have said it. I don't know why I did that. It was like a new symbol for wager. I wager that none of the other channels have said this. Hey, Tartaria didn't have Jesus. That's right, no Jesus in Tartaria. What? Yes, no Jesus in Tartaria. How do you know that, Antonio? Well, the ones who conquered the north from, well, the warring south were the guys who brought the Jesus thing, right? Right. If that got to temples and they had crosses and Jesus things, they would have said, see guys, we told you. They wouldn't have destroyed them. So, the Tartarians predate the Jesus Roman story. They predate it. That's why no Jesus, not necessary. The Jesus thing, not necessary. Look, it comes down to this. All the threats of supernatural stuff aside, we're going to punish you. If you mess around, we will punish you. Dead simple. So don't mess around. Oh, okay. Do you get that now? Stupid. with your electrolytes. Do you get it? Good. Now go. Anyway. I'm local to you in West Didsbury. Dude, let's go for a coffee sometime. DJ Flat Earth. Are you a DJ, by the way, or is that just... But anyway. Yeah, send me a message. We'll meet. We'll get together. There's another lad in Stockport, another guy in Stockport. We'll go and we'll have a Flat Earth coffee where we'll talk about sensible stuff and we won't just bark out loud. Hey, yeah, no, the Earth is flat. There were some surveyors, you know, those guys who stand with their things and they're looking and just lean a lot. In Stockport Centre yesterday, and I stopped at the lights and I wanted to say, psst, you know it's flat, don't you? But I didn't. And yeah, anyway. Yeah, Antonio Subirats. Oh, here you are. In case you don't know my email. If you want to go for a coffee, Antonio Subirats at yahoo.com. Yeah, there you go. DJ. That's my email. Sherlock's Apprentice. What is not H2O is current study. Awesome. It is. It's very interesting. Who created you? Oh, go for it, Randy answers. Antonio, you never answered. Who created you? You have 6 feet of DNA strand in each cell. No accident. Who created God? So go for it, Randy. Who created God? Not to equate myself with God. Just answer that question. Who created God? So go for it, Randy. Please answer that question. Then, and the reason I'm asking is, your answer is going to be part of mine. Okay? Yes, Zenboy 2000. Have you looked into the works of Ralph Ellis and Joseph Atwill? I have, and they're brilliant. So I'm going to suggest to people, I tell you what I will do for the next FEBS. I will play some of their talks, their discussions. 1 second. Yes. Sorry, just bear with me a second. So yes, brilliant. We have narratives that are written by people who benefit from the narratives that are being written. Right now, we can see a narrative being written by people who benefit out of very insecure, very vulnerable, very fragile humans. They benefit from having a population of very insecure, very fragile humans. So they're priming society and they're putting narratives that create insecure, fragile humans. Yeah, the whole transgender thing. And that's just a way of saying it. But it's the whole alphabet letters that, okay, it's just a way of creating a certain type of situation. It's the same as what happened with the Romans and religion. Okay. Okay, so someone liked your comment, right? Jeepers Crift. What looks like Jeepers Crift. It's just a way of writing the S. That's all it is. It's like if I'm giving you a wrench anyway. In Old English, you must have seen the signs like Ye Olde Cock. No, there's a pub called Ye Olde Cock. No, that ye wasn't said. It looks like a Y, but it isn't a Y. It was the letter for the sound the. The and the E at the end wasn't pronounced. It wasn't the oldie cock. It was the old cock. The E was at the end was just to say it's an emphasized D more than anything. So that people wouldn't say the old cock. But then eventually society changed, norms changed to the point that they would drop even the D. And that's where you have O-L-E, the old, my old lady, things like that. Hammond Walker, one more try, just a friendly hello from Long Beach, California, visiting my two hard heads. Long Beach, California, have fun, man. Really, have fun. I tell you what, let me see. No. Hammond Walker, if you want, go to Taboo Conspiracy and play his last video to them. Or, best thing to do is just leave it. Just don't stress about it. Leave it. Okay. And eventually, at some point, they're like, hold on a minute. That's what happens. Right, anyway, I'm looking there. M. Mallon, what happened to flat water, flat earth? Usually what happens is people who don't immediately play along and blow kisses, they kind of get ignored a bit. I found it surprising when a couple of channels emerged and a couple of celebs emerged as flat earthers. One of them, a singer from a band or a group called Il Divo, okay, and somebody else, I forget who the other person was. And I was in part of this group, like, dude, why don't you see if you can interview? The reception, the way things were, it's like, there's something not right here. Why would you not want to interview this person who has just categorically stated they were looking into flat earth? But anyway, and that gaggle, believe it or not, is run by David Weiss, and I feel sorry for the kind-hearted people that fall for it, because it is kind-hearted people that fall for it. People who are not kind-hearted don't fall for it. Wait a second, go for it, Randy. Did I miss your other answer? I asked who made God. Please highlight my name right at Antonio so that I can see it. Otherwise it slips by with all the other comments. I was asking the scale rule for your map yesterday. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Dave Hinkle. Okay. Look, yeah. From here, if you look on a map, okay, from here, which is the border, the coastal border between Morocco and Algiers, and draw a straight line, a real straight line, not one of those bent mathematical straight lines. A straight line from there to the southernmost point, just south of Cape Town. That straight line plays the role of 5,000 miles, and then you can use that everywhere else. You can see how big Australia is, coast to coast, north to south, everywhere else. Sorry, I didn't get it. I thought that you were asking something a lot more complicated. That's a line. So from the coastal boundary between Algiers and Morocco, straight to the bottommost point of South Africa. That's 5,000 miles. Spake face, you're making me jealous. enjoying a coffee, and I might leave you for a minute and go and make myself a coffee. Antonio, who created this? Go for it, Randy, dude. I'm waiting for the answer. Because I enjoy this kind of conversation. I mean, I do have an ace up my sleeve. Right. I do not know, but Jesus said, "Let there be light." And in 6 days he created earth, sun, moon, and stars. No, he didn't. Who? How do you know? Oh, okay. Here you are. Go for it, Randy. I'm going to read your thing again. Jesus said, "Let there be light." And in 6 days he created earth, sun, moon, stars. How do you know? So go for it, Randy. Please answer. Jet Skeptic Media, welcome. We can have a wrench. It just goes to show how long since you've been in a chat here. Huh? But really welcome. Jet Skeptic Media writes, "You're still making shit up? What? Like, let's see. What's the lowest, the most lowbrow thing I've discussed that you might be able to grasp?" Okay. Am I making up that the compass has 4 cardinal directions? Anyway, Wobbly Boost, Ken Wheeler, Book, Dave Hinkle, you're welcome. I wish I realised that that's what you were asking. We have questions. Okay, everybody has questions. If you don't have questions, you might be in a coma. I'm going to give you a wrench. Jet Skeptic Media. Do you remember when you made a video saying, "There's no SO"? What's Antonio on about? There's no... Wait. Do you remember Jet Skeptic Media when you made a video going, "What is this? What is this? Why is Antonio going on about Aleister Crowley and L. Ron Hubbard and Jack Parsons and NASA? There's no association between them at all." Do you remember Jet Skeptic Media? That's got to sting you. Oh, that was funny. I watched that and I went, "Oh my god, this dude." Jet Skeptic Media, that was the kind of retarded thing that a flat earther, who will remain unnamed, went on to do more recently with eclipses. That's right. Oh. No, sorry, not with eclipses. Well, yeah, he did it with eclipses too, but with Foucault and the gyroscope. But what is this about gyroscope and pendulums and Foucault? I don't see anything. Then he was looking at Michel Foucault, the philosopher, not Leon Foucault, the physicist charlatan. You've gone very quiet, Jet Skeptic Media. What's going on? You was like, "Oh, what can I say? What can I say? That map's rubbish." Rubbish. Is that how you say it? That was my Scottish accent then. Is that who you say it? Just the deluxe. Dude, I see conversations like really interesting stuff going on that I don't know because I'm just seeing a bit, like just that. Hey, the guy that was asking, saying that Jesus said all those things. Why aren't you answering? How you know? Okay, sorry. How do you highlight, you ask? You write at. Then when you start writing Antonio, it will show up Antonio Subirats. Then you click it and it pre-writes it for you. And so it makes it a lot easier, especially with long, crazy names. Just get it, media. Hey Dan, your mate Antonio's still giving out wrenches like a fag. Oh, why would you have to bring up your sexuality, Just get it, media? Bit homoerotic that, wrenches and fags. You stole Sasha from me. I did, and she was delicious. Anyway, I know you're not, mate. I know, I could see it. You're almost crying. Right, so that's how you do it. Go for it, Randy. Wait, whoa. Rudy Maliaskit. Ranty Effie is a genius. Honest, I don't understand how you don't like him. He doth protest too much. I'm not sure. I think you're being sardonic there. No need to be impolite to the religious people. I haven't been impolite to. Hey, look, it's like this. You know you must address them according to their preferred pronoun. See that thing? It's like, no, you don't. You don't have to. There's no need to be impolite to religious people. It's like, there's no actual need to be impolite. That's true. But there's no preset rule that you be polite generally and generally polite to people altogether. But asking questions like, how do you know Jesus did all those things? Asking the question is not impolite. Just saying, Daytime, nighttime, you will never live that down, Subirats. Lift it down many times. I think you'll never live it down. Live it down, yeah. Green Grub, when is Flat Coffee Day? Don't know. Sounds like a good idea, though. Yeah, I'll have a flat coffee. Flat Earth coffee. That said, you maybe should listen to AJM and Bible literalists' comments. Don't be rude to religious people. Off. Bible literalists. Hey, I'm going to do a literal description of what the Bible says in English. And I'm going to tell you bits of what it says in the original Greek and Latin. And then some maybe Hebrew. Maybe. Some maybe Aramaic. Maybe some Egyptian. Ancient Egyptian. Sounds like a heck of a lot of room for flexibility there. Like Antonio, I said twice now, Jesus never told me how he came to be, but he is 1000% real. You can't be 1000% real. But I asked you how you knew. You said, I didn't say, did Jesus tell you? I said, how do you know that Jesus said those things? Let there be light, and then, created everything 6 days. How do you know? Because if I told you it wasn't Jesus, it was Santa Claus, I bet you I'd win that argument. I can tell you right now, Santa Claus, the 3 wise men, it wasn't 3 wise men, it was Santa Claus. DJ Flat Earth, I wanted that Flat Earth app and you destroy the point of it. My phone is too old to install it anyway. I left my number in my email. Cool. I'll text you. We'll go for a coffee. some point. We'll arrange. I'll arrange with Dan as well, and we'll go for a coffee. We'll just yeah, it'll be good. Let me be really frank with you right now. I'm looking for Just Skeptic Media's comments. What's that shout behind your head, Antonio? New puke earth? It's hilarious. He said new puke earth. No, it's a flat earth. That's right, the flat earth. Hey, Just Skeptic Media, do you remember you made a thing? A claymation thing with Tesla, and you got the vast majority of what Tesla said wrong. Do you remember? Do you remember me telling you in a message? The heck, dude? Gonna go to all that trouble making it move in that little lab of his? You could have like voiced him to say things that he said. You know. Anyway, I'm not saying that it was pretty shoddy. There you go, Richard Archer. But it was pretty shoddy, dude. Yeah, Supreme Architects. Religious people are rude to non-believers, trying to impose their beliefs and trying. That's right, they are. Damn it, I scrolled up. Trying to tell me when I have to touch myself and in which place. Oof. Yeah. Just Skeptic Media. Why did you ambush that babe, Roxanne? What do you mean by ambush? Was that ambush journalism? That's what it was. Just Skeptic Media. Ronnie Appleby. Thumbs up to you too, dude. Let's see. Uppercut. It matters not where and how well you hide yourself. His eye is all-seeing. Hello. That's right. Just like the eye of Sauron. But Tolkien was a devout Catholic, so elements in there. Hey, why would God make Satan? Was it because he didn't want to make all the torture devices and put up with all the screams of all the eternal suffering? Was it? Is that why? Did God say, "Oh, make this Satan dude. I'll trick him into betraying me, so I can say, right, you," and then he'll get angry and he'll make a hell. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. Or was God stupid and didn't know what was going to happen? Or is the entirety of the story of God and what God did and what God is wrong? Is it all wrong? Like completely wrong? Like the Big Bang Theory is completely wrong? Like the flat earth being a dish is completely wrong? Could it be completely wrong? Like light being a wave is completely wrong? Could the ideas about God be also completely wrong? Yeah, they could. Is he a Hollywood actor shill guy? Who? Just Skeptic Media. Dude, make your things more coherent. You just said, is he a Hollywood actor shill guy? Don't know who you're referring to. Anyway, I misspelled. I wanted to say that religious people are trying to tell you where you cannot touch yourself and trying to impose. That's right, they are. Angel Fire 451 writes, I think people created Satan. That's right. I think people created God. How? Why? What would make you think that? Well, if you've created something, you might want to own it. Oh, don't tell me he's going to steal the string. Good. You might want to claim ownership over it. You know, by giving it a name, like, say, Yahweh. And So yeah, it's all eternal. I didn't create it for sure, but I know it's called Yahweh told me. I know there's a big story of Joseph and how you can't say the name of God. Nobody can say the name of God at all. Nobody can even know it apart from the Bible.